So I recently bought a new camera because one, I want to take better pictures. Two, I want a better quality video. This has a microphone now, so if I'm looking extra crisp and sounding extra clear, now you guys know why. And also, if I don't look into the camera, I look to the side, it's because the screen flips out to the side because it's kind of weird. But that's my explanation for why we're doing that. What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. I'm not having a great day because I got to go to work, but we're gonna start recording using the new camera, which is really getting me excited because now quality just got that much better. We're gonna sound better, we're gonna look better, everything's just gonna be totally better now. The only problem with this camera is that it is significantly bigger than my regular vlogging camera. So it's a little bit harder to vlog with when I'm in a car because it's bigger and I can't put on my windshield mount and the microphone's in the way and it hits things. But we're gonna figure this out, and we're gonna figure this out together. So if there's a little bit of clunkiness, I apologize. I will try to not be so clunky. Now, by the title of this video, I want to talk about practicality and should you actually drive a rear-wheel drive car. And it's funny because I've literally made this video a good 6 times. But something always got in the way that I didn't finish the video, or I didn't have time to finish it, or I couldn't edit it. So we're gonna be doing this again for the 7th time. But this time I am planning on finishing this video. Now, a lot of people want to drive rear-wheel drive cars because they're like, oh, it's cool. Oh, it's faster. Whatever reason, it's more fun. Is it really practical for most people? And the answer definitely is no. Now, I live in Pennsylvania. And yeah, 6 months out of the year, it's dry, it's hot, it's fine. Well, not really dry, but I can drive a rear-wheel drive car here without a problem in the warmer months. Now, the only problem is when it starts getting cold out. So right now it is January, and we're going through a really warm spell, so it's not that bad. And it's 40 degrees right now. But most of the time in January, things get cold and things start to freeze. Now, the problem when things start freezing, things get really slippery. And in a rear-wheel drive car, it definitely makes it really hard to drive around because your back just slides out and you fishtail. And unless you really know what you're doing and how to control your car, it's really tough to do. So in some circumstances, yeah, rear-wheel drive is definitely the way to go. This is my daily car, my BRZ, and I don't have another car just to drive around in when it's cold and rainy and snowy. So, you learn how to do it and you learn how to correct it. If you're a good driver and you know how to drive a car, you know how to control oversteering and understeering and fishtailing and all that, go ahead and get it. But let's say you're new to the car scene and you're 16 and you're trying to get your first car. When I was 16, I really wasn't really into cars at all, and I just knew I wanted to drive because driving's dope. But let's say you're 16, you're really into cars, you're like, oh, I want something cool, I want something fast, I know I want rear-wheel drive, I live in a snowy state. Chances are that's not a very good idea because you're not gonna be able to drive it around the entire time it's snowing. Now, yeah, you can drive a rear-wheel drive car in the snow, and if you know what you're doing at the proper setup, you're not going to have any problems. But most of the time, you're going to have problems, especially if you're first starting out. My advice to anyone who's, I guess, newer to driving, newer to cars, I would say get something that's front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive to start out with, because you got to be safe out there, and you don't want to learn the hard way. You want to learn how to control sliding and drifting around in a front-wheel drive car first, because when you go to rear-wheel drive, it's a different experience, and it's definitely going to change. It just changes. Rear-wheel drive, your back can kick out. That can send you into another lane. Front-wheel drive, it doesn't really happen. Yeah, you slide, and you can do that a little bit, but it's a lot more of a different experience of driving, and it's a lot safer. Now, yeah, most of you guys have been saying, well, I'm just going to do it anyways, which is fine. You do you, boo, and you learn your own way. I'm just giving you my 2 cents on the entire situation that we got going on with it. Now, when I got this car, I've never driven a rear-wheel drive car in my life, and I gotta tell you, it was an experience because I remember my first rainstorm, and wet leaves are often more slipperier than ice, and I remember the first time my back kicked out, and it was terrifying. Now, once you do it the first few times, you learn how to control it when your back kicks out, it's not that bad. But at first, the first few times, especially if you're new to driving, it's gonna scare the shit out of you. Now, we definitely live in a different time that if you're gonna get a rear-wheel drive car, most of the time now it's gonna be a sports car. Now, back in the day, I'm pretty sure everything was rear-wheel drive, but now in modern day, everything's front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And all-wheel drive is just as fun. Front-wheel drive isn't, but all-wheel drive is just as fun. You have a lot more grip when you launch and you don't slide, which is dope. Now, looking at modern cars, it's pretty much now deciding factor is, do I want to get a cool sports car that's rear-wheel drive, or do I want to get like a sports car that's front-wheel drive, like a Honda Civic SI or Type R? It's definitely a trade-off now because a lot less cars are rear-wheel drive. Now, again, if you're 16 and you're looking for your first car, I wouldn't advise you getting a sports car for your first car because it's not safe. Now, everyone has their own thing. Do you, as I said before. I'm just putting in my 2 cents about the whole situation here. I'm like looking in the viewfinder and this camera looks so good and everything's so crisp, and I'm really happy I bought this thing. I should just switch this video and talk about how sports cars aren't practical at all, because my BRZ is not practical at all. I still love this car, but man, this car is not practical at all. And now that it's getting cold, I still have my summer tires on the car, which, you know, isn't a good idea. Now, that's another thing you want to consider is if you're buying a rear-wheel drive car, make sure your tires are meant for all season or winter once it gets to that weather. Because I'm still on summer performance tires. I never got new tires on this car since I've had the car, which is kind of impressive, honestly. But we're getting to that point that I need new tires now, and these tires aren't gonna be sufficient for when it gets cold. I really wish I was doing something more exciting today so I can show off more things about this camera, but unfortunately I am not. But I think this video might be really short. Oh well. But pretty much, if you're gonna get a rear-wheel drive car, I'm just gonna say make sure you're equipped for winter driving and even wet driving. I live in an area, again, that it rains all the time, it snows in the winter, so a tire is very important. Now, like an R888, yeah, I don't think I would ever be able to run something like that in Pennsylvania unless I only take this car out on dry summer days, which doesn't happen all the time. So a lot of it is also your setup. A lot of it is your tires, your suspension, how you drive, and you could have no problems driving rear-wheel drive in the snow or anything. Just, it's all, you know, it's depending on a lot of things. A lot of it just your setup, and I'm still on summer tires, and I'm not smart, but I'm getting new tires next paycheck. Well, that's the plan, because I keep spending all my money on stupid things like cameras and trunk lids. But if you guys are smart about it, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And maybe you guys won't have an issue at all. Maybe I'm just a bad driver. Who knows? I am gonna leave you guys off here. I'm really not sure how long this video is. It could be mad short. But I really did want to test out my new camera today, and I hope the quality is a lot better than it's been, because I want to focus on better quality this year. I got parts that I'm planning to do soon, and hopefully with this new camera I can make the edits look freaking minty. So I'm gonna leave you guys off here. So if you guys could please just comment, like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff, that'd be great. I really want to hit that 1,000 subs pretty soon. So right before I get onto all these windy turns, there's like a really cool spot that you just go fast and turn into the turn really quick, and it's a lot of fun. And so many times there's a cop that I'm always afraid he's gonna pull me over because my car likes to pop and crackle as soon as I get to that spot. It always scares me. I think I'm in the safe zone right now, but you never know. But as I said before, guys, comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, keep doing you, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.